Hey, I'm Zach McDonald, your real estate agent with Real Property Associates, and today I want to share with you a review of my most recent offer negotiation. My hope and goal for these videos is to provide you an insight into what it looks like to negotiate a real estate purchase and sale transaction in the Seattle real estate market. So I start these all off with a story, and the story here is I met these clients on YouTube, actually, of all things. So if you're watching this on YouTube, high five. I'd love to meet up and be a resource for you. They have made, I believe this is their fourth offer, and if they're watching this, they'll correct me if I'm wrong. Please do that in the comments just for fun. But I think this is offer number 4, and we got it this time. And part of it is just finding the right house that you're willing to go all out for. And then also, as a buyer, you learn a little bit along the way how to make your offer more compelling to a seller. And in this case, I think the biggest thing here was that we made a large earnest money deposit and had an escalation clause that was significantly over the other offer. So this situation, there were 2 offers, and the other offer was very similar as far as the terms. So both buyers were 10% down. Both buyers were willing to make up some kind of a difference if the appraisal came in low. Both buyers did a pre-inspection. A lot of the things were very similar. I think what set my clients apart was their earnest money amount, which was, if I remember correctly, 5% of the purchase price, which was significantly more than the other buyer, who was around 2% of the purchase price. And then they also were willing to pay a substantially large amount. It was $8,000 over the next highest offer. So in this situation, like they said, there was 2 offers. So their offer was effectively $8,000 more than the other offer, which was over the asking price, right? So there was competition, and they had the same terms otherwise as the other people, and also better earnest money. So together, those things, the total package makes the difference. Now, in this negotiation, I had a conversation with the listing agent, and the listing agent said, "Hey, Zach, we have another offer, and they're willing to pay more on their if the appraisal comes in low, essentially." And in that moment, we had the opportunity to either do the same amount as the other buyer, which was $15,000 if the appraisal comes in low, or go ahead and just keep the $5,000 that we initially offered. And I think my clients made the smart move here in matching that amount, because their offer was higher substantially, right? We were just talking about that. But I've seen where my clients are the ones with the lower offer, and are willing to make up more of the appraisal shortfall, and that separates them from the other offer. Because a seller, if they're not confident in your offer, which you might not be confident if you're worried about the appraisal, then that particular offer, even though it's more, isn't necessarily a more favorable offer. So like I said, I've seen people take that lower offer because they're more confident in it. And in this case, my clients were willing to make the seller just as confident and also have a little bit more money. So that made them the winners. So for the buyers out there, I think it's really important that you pay attention to your terms. And the price is always important in a negotiation, specifically real estate related. But in a residential transaction, there's so many other factors than just price. The terms are also really important. And so if you neglect the terms and just have a good price, you might lose out to the person that pays really good attention to the terms and has a good price as well. Or that person, in our case, might get a call and say, "Hey, this is what we need to change, and we'd like to work with you," right? So buyers, the terms are really important. If you're a seller and you're watching this and you're thinking, hey, I want to put my house on the market in the near future, this message is the same for you, but it's flipped. The terms are really important as a seller. And the highest price is great, but sometimes that highest price has unfavorable terms to you. And so if we're not able to work with that higher price to get better terms, sometimes it makes sense to take the more sure bet than the gamble. But at the same time, if you're a seller, and maybe that $8,000 is worth the gamble. That's a significant chunk of change. So if you're not able to negotiate the terms that you want with maybe the higher offer, right? Maybe you take that lower offer, but at the same time, maybe that higher offer makes sense and it's worth the gamble. So really, again, it depends on your situation. 2 offers, Mountain Lake Terrace area. I think, well, with all the talk about the slowdown in the market, I do want to just throw this in there. I keep seeing multiple offers with my clients. And I have had a few times where we've been able to negotiate the price down, or we've only had one offer, but there are still a lot of buyers out there in the Seattle market. There are more listings, but we're nowhere near a place where it's flipping from a seller's market to a buyer's market. So I'm still really confident in the market here in the Seattle area. And if you're thinking about buying or selling, I'd love to chat about your situation. Bye for now.